Welcome back to the Punny Math Teacher. Remember, we're going to use twice today's length video to take notes and wonder, though it may not take us twice as much just because we're going to just do straight practice of our exponents. And remember, there is, make sure you have done your exponents booklet from the previous video. Our objective has changed a little bit. We're going to simplify exponential expressions now using expanded form and not just simply write expressions in expanded form. But our comprehension questions are very similar. They're the exact same ones. So how does expanded form help you understand exponents better, and what patterns can you find? So I'll hopefully come back to this at the end, but we're going to work on just practice. So I have a bunch of practice. I have 11 different practice questions up here. We probably won't do all of them. So that's okay. I'm just going to pick and choose a couple of them, maybe 5 to 6. That way you have some that go back to blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this unit is just these two because exponents just comes from practice. That's why one of our notes is just practice, and I hope you go and do more, especially with those math aids, Google tricks that I showed you on my website. So remember, you have your booklet. I've taped mine into my notes, and we're going to flip it one more page to get to page 20, where we're going to practice simplifying exponents. So let's use green, because why not? So our first one that we're going to do, we're going to write 2 to the 5th divided by 2 to the 3rd, or 2 cubed is our fancy way of saying it. So expanded form means I have 5 2's up here. Now notice with the 2's, I have to put the little dots for multiplication or parentheses, which takes more time, because I don't want it to be misconstrued as 22,222. I have to make sure that they are separate 2's. Now if you have variables, then you can just write them out because we know that y is not a number, like y times y. That's what that means. So now I'm going to simplify. 2 divided by 2 makes 1, 2 divided by 2 makes 1, 2 divided by 2 makes 1, and that means I'm left with just 4 as my final solution, or my final simplification. After you've done all these notes, I want you to write all these notes in expanded form, but after you've done them all in expanded form, see what patterns there are, then you can simplify your life, simplify, and do a simpler pattern, or you can keep up with expanded form. It works. All right, number 2. All right, 2 to the 5th, a to the 6th, u, over 2 squared, a to the 10th multiplied by x. All right, so expanded form, I have 5 2's. Try these on your own and then come back. So the u, we have 2 2's, and then x. All right, so that means 2 of my 2's go away, so I'm left with 3 of them, which is going to leave me with 8 in my numerator. And then I have a 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6. Just making sure that I'm counting right. So I should have 4 left in my denominator, and the u and the x don't change because nothing is there to simplify. So that is my final solution, or simplification. I'm not really solving anything. I don't even know what those variables are. I'm just simplifying. All right, number 3. So if I have 2 cubed multiplied by 2 to the 4th, remember this means I have 3 2's, but then they're all being multiplied by 4 2's. So I have those 3 and I have those 4. And I'm going to end up with 2 to the 7th, which if it's a large enough exponent, just leave it. Because if I type in 2 to the 7th, it probably will actually do it. Oh, it's only 128. Huh, okay. But sometimes it's huge. Even your calculator doesn't want it. And that's why we use exponential form. Because if this was 12 to the 7th, what's 12 to the 7th? Well, I guess my calculator did it, but it's a huge number. And if you had a high enough number to the 7th power, you wouldn't want to write it out. You just want to put whatever that number is to the 7th power. So let's try with some variables. 3 to the 5th, k to the 7th, 3 multiplied by f, k to the 10th. So if I'm going to expand this, I'm going to get 3, but I have 5 of them. Now notice everything here is all being multiplied. So it's totally okay that I put this 3 to the 1st with the other 3's. Now they're all grouped by like terms, which is nice. And sometimes it's helpful to make lines. I know they're all being multiplied, so I can draw my work a little different. What if I put all my K's together? Now I have 10 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I have one F. Okay, so I've lined everything up by like terms. Now I can see what I have. I have 6 3s. I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17 K's, and one F. That's my final answer. You don't have to put the ones. If you want to put the one, go for it. If it helps you, makes you feel better, go for it. All right, number 5. Yeah, we're going to do 2. We're going to do this one, and we'll do one more. So then this one, and this gets people. Because there's a bunch of grouping symbols in here. There's the grouping symbol of just K itself as the base. Then all of that's being squared. Then all of that's being squared with parentheses and brackets. So we're going to take this piece by piece. All right. So I'm going to start with K squared. So I have a K multiplied by a K. That's doing just this piece. Now, this piece happens 2 times. So I have to write it a second time because it happens 2 times total. Now I'm up to this piece, and it happens 2 times. So I have to duplicate what I already have. I'm not putting it 2 more times. I'm making it 2 times total. All right? How many K's do I have? I have 8 K's. So practice this. This one gets people a lot. All right. Last one. This one's our most complicated because it's number 6. It has to be. Okay, so I'm going to write a b cubed times c squared, a cubed, c to the negative 2, all to the negative 4. Now, negative exponents are funky because there's no way to put them in expanded form. I just need to make them positive, then I can do expanded form. So, making them positive means I have to flip everything. Numerators become denominators, denominators become numerators. So I'm going to rewrite this as a cubed, c to the negative 2, a, b cubed, c squared, and because I've flipped everything inside, its whole base, I can now have it as a positive 4 as the exponent. Now there's multiple ways you can write this. I'm going to do one, but I want you to figure out, see if you can figure out the other way. Okay, so inside, I want to get the inside in expanded form first. Then I'll write, I'm going to do the long way. Yeah, there's a shorter way to do expanded form, but I'm going to do the longer way. I want to get this negative gone. So with this negative, that means I need to put it in the denominator, but I'm going to do expanded form at the same time. So I'm going to leave this all as being to the 4th power. I'm going to wait for that at the end. So I guess it's kind of the, I don't know, there's like so many paths opening up. So I'm going to leave the a cubed on top, in the numerator. I'm going to leave my a and my b cubed in the denominator, leave my c squared in the denominator, but this c squared also comes to the denominator, and this is what we're left with. Okay, now I can simplify. I guess not much, though. One thing, that's all I can simplify. Yay! Now think, this is happening 4 times. All right? So, my final answer, I need A, but it's going to happen 4 times in total. I need 2 A's, happens 4 times in total. B happens 4 times total. C. Okay. Now my final answer. How many A's do I have? 8. How many B's do I have? 12. How many C's do I have? 16. All right. And this is why you need to go find patterns so you don't get stuck drawing this when it's like b to the 21st power and you really don't want to draw 21 b's. So figure out the patterns, figure out how to make your life simpler so you don't have to do this every single time. You're welcome to. It's always a strategy you can fall back on. You can always check yourself with this. It's a great strategy. It just takes so much time. So if you can find a better way, find that better way. All right. Again, comprehension questions. Pause here. What patterns did you see? Please use patterns. After you've practiced with your expanded form and it helps and makes sense what exponents actually tell you to do and what you're doing with them, then find patterns. Make your life simpler once you understand the process. That's all math is. Figure out why it's ticking and then just skip on and do the shortcut. But once you know how it's ticking, you know how to fix your mistakes later. So, yay! That was my little soapbox. Thank you for watching and have a great day.